What you telling me?
What you telling me, my G?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Why you telling me?
What you telling me, though?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Yo, it's one Delts. What you telling me, fam? Yo, what you telling me? Episode 20.
20.
You know what I mean? And it's a special episode, you know, because we got more man them in here than we usually do. Normally we're 3 up. You know, we're doing it technical. We got like 3 mics, but we got 5 man up in here. So I'm gonna start from this way. We got my brother Kingkaya.
Come on, Kingkaya in the car. What's going on, people?
Get me? Now we got Raidz solo.
Yeah, Raidz solo. Yeah, I make music as well. So yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel as well.
Check him out. Check him out.
100.
Then we got my brother Wax Million Battle, aka Battle Rap
Wax, aka Wax a Millie, aka Mr. Talk Your Talk. Go subscribe to my YouTube, Battle Rap Wax. Much love to Delts putting me through.
My brother Prvcy.
Yeah. You already know. You already know. We're in the building. Let's get it.
Yeah, get me. And myself, one Delts, of course. You know what I mean. Get me local to the A13. Trust me, Newham Way. You get me, Newham Way all the way to what is it? South End almost, like one of them motherfuckers. Yeah. All right, man. Get me. If you're in South End, you know you want to avoid Newham Way, bro. You don't want to be going Newham Way.
Long way.
Just be keep moving.
Trust me, keep driving, man.
Long way.
But yeah. What you want to do, just get the mic like sort of somewhere in the middle of the two of you, yeah? And then obviously just lean. Keep it on the edge though, but just lean. Yeah, we'll be good. We'll do the same, yeah. All right, cool. Like, to be fair, guys, listen, we were going to do a Ballers Corner episode. We were going to talk about football. We were going to get into... But obviously the man then thought, you know what, actually we might as well keep it real because
lucky.
Even the football talk that we were doing, it all spanned out into society anyway. We ended up like talking about real life shit, do you know what I mean? So... Ultimately, today we might even stab on a bit of football, yeah, whatever, you know. But we're really stabbing at like the culture side of things and societal side of things. First of all, I'm gonna even slap it out there. I'm gonna ask a question to everyone, like, because obviously the man them you lot played ball, like, you know. Yeah. If you lot were pro ballers, what era would you have preferred to play in?
Definitely back in the day, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. I'm an old school guy. My style of playing. My style of playing.
I would have said like in the time, probably like in the 2000, like maybe 2008, 2009. Actually 2010s. 2010s for sure. Yeah, 2010s for sure.
I'll be honest with you, I think I'm the only one with a difference in opinion then, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
Brother, I'll play in this era all day long.
Yeah.
Because I'm an old school player, so I feel like my edge will be so different on the kind of players that will be around me. Because I've got that old school. Put it this way, what I'm saying is I agree with you lot, but I would actually prefer to play in this era with that spirit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
new generation can't handle that.
No, but listen.
It could change.
This is the way I'm gonna put it to you. Like, you know, look at the players that transition from the old era to the new era. They're all regarded in a massive light. Like, okay, Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, they, you know, from the old era to the new era, yeah, cool. But people forgetting people like Ribery, Robben, all these mans, they finished in the new era and they were still household names in the new era before they retired. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like, you know, Robben, if he had like another 6 years in his legs, bro, he'll be ripping these guys way more than they get ripped now, boy. Do you know what I mean?
Especially all the fullbacks are going higher now these days.
I feel like that's because obviously the era that they were playing in as well. The era they were playing that football was completely different to the game today.
Yeah.
We got VAR, we got all these light tackles, light calls. You know what I mean?
Bro, Thierry Henry said it himself. Thierry Henry was like, yo, like, well, you know, if I was playing now, you know, with the VAR and referees, they're so soft. He goes, you know, quick one touch in the penalty. Yeah, bro, it's just, because let's be honest, man's with. If you look at the brain that Thierry Henry had back then, innit, that brain that he had was like, it was almost as fast thinking as everyone in the game now. It's like so fast thinking. Talking about like someone's holding you off, you chip it and hit it, chip it, bang, over your shoulder. Like, to have someone with that ability, that capability, in an era where like People were genuinely trying to smash him. They were trying to break him.
Facts.
Yeah, and he knows that you're coming to break him, and he's got you. Do you know what I mean? And I look at it and I feel like, for instance, Neymar is regarded very highly, and people look at Neymar in the same light they look at Ronaldinho.
Nah.
Look,
Ronaldinho was that guy. Neymar, don't get me wrong, he's talented, but not to that level.
You don't. You don't think that.
Crossbar challenge, remember that?
Yeah. No, but what is it? You don't think that. You don't think that. We don't think that. I don't think that. But society thinks that Neymar, because the numbers are a bit different, they're looking at it like, and I'm looking at it like, but first of all, Ronaldinho started off at PSG. He gave you his early years at PSG, where you're giving your prime time at PSG. And then furthermore, Neymar gets injured a lot now, where he is super protected. There were a lot of challenges on players back then, that like, I'm not gonna lie, like, Arsenal may have not won the league on some of those challenges. Man, you may have not won the league on some of those challenges because they were just allowed. You can be such a cunt with the 2-footed challenges. People didn't really care.
Behind that, you were getting bookings. You weren't even getting red cards. You were getting bookings, 2-footed challenge from.
Do you know what I mean? And once the referees made his decision, it's made. There's no VAR, so it's actually like, if you got smashed, blatantly effed over, and he's made his decision, he's made it, and it's a sorry afterwards when we see it on video footage. Sorry guys, we apologize. The points are gone. So like, bro, you look at it, you think, some of the magic that we saw back then, those guys will be running riot now where they have this kind of protection. Do you know what I mean? So that's the reason why I said I would personally prefer to run in this era. Stop training like these man in this era, but training with the mentality of the man back in then. Because now you got all of the resources, all of the technology to allow you to reach the highest level.
So you're basically saying, because of this era now, because of all the advantages, and obviously the discipline and the training of back in the day was so much more intense that if you apply it to that now, it's a big problem. That's what you're saying. Okay.
If man them, for instance, that's why I was coming. I don't want to bring it up, but the Man U 7-0. Oh man, like when I was watching that shit, I was like, bro, like there's absolutely no way that Roy Keane would lose even 5-0 with the kind of energy that's around him here. He would have absolutely got a red card at 45 minutes.
No way, he
would have got a red card at 45 minutes.
He's not saying
he can't do it. You know what I mean? And
you see, with Roy Keane, the thing that I clocked about him, he does not want to let anyone go. He's especially how. You guys before were saying how Ronaldo's so passionate about winning as well.
Yeah.
That's like a win to him.
Yeah.
If he lets you go, he's lost. He's gonna do it whatever he
can to get there. And sometimes he gets a bit dirty. You know what I mean? It gets like that. It gets like that. But you know what? Yeah, like we're talking about eras like for instance, I would have hated to play in a game like against Wimbledon.
The crazy gang.
What was that guy, man?
Crazy gang.
Vinnie Jones, that's the one, the actor,
The crazy gang, the crazy gang.
And John Fashanu.
Get in the mixer.
These guys.
Get in the mixer.
These guys used to absolutely smash the crap out of you. And it's them ones where
there's one tackle. There's one tackle.
You're dribbling like you're running away from man because you know he's coming. And then you kick the ball away and try to jump. And my man is somehow on the floor and raising his leg up here. You have to go down. I need to catch you. Like, that's the spirit that ball. Like,
bro, there's one tackle that I see every time from Vinnie Jones. The Vinnie Jones tackle when a Liverpool player where he just absolute 100 miles per hour clattered him.
Jumped, tucked the knees in.
Clattered him.
Sure you can.
Literally put him in a new. And like, the Liverpool just got up and just like, yeah, buff.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Get up and square up to Vinnie Jones? Come off.
Yeah, buff. Yeah,
listen,
buff.
You know, like nowadays, the FA fully like, they're all on this, protection nonsense. Yeah. Bro, people like Vinnie Jones back then, you look in his eyes and you know the FA mean nothing. You look in his eyes in the middle of the game, you're like, yeah, this guy doesn't give a fuck about the FA, bro. Nope. This guy is about to fucking kick me in the fucking head, if anything. Do you know what I mean? So just that spirit alone, don't get me wrong, like, yeah, some of it was a bit too much. Like, I think AFC Wimbledon might have been a bit too much, but they did put a few men that thought they were rough in their place, you get me? That man was smashing Roy Keane. Don't you remember that game? They kicked the shit out of Roy Keane. Roy Keane getting up and just getting on with it. Getting up and getting on with it. Because he knows, that them man, they're not even ballers, bro. They're here for smoke. Yeah. They were like the Sunday league team that just come kick everyone and they're gonna win 1-0. They're gonna win 1-0 because it's gonna be one loose ball. No one challenges it because no one wants to even get hurt. Elbows, all of this when they're headering. Referee's scared to blow the whistle because these men are gonna run up on the referee as well. That spirit, them man was Sunday league premium.
Have you ever saw the Crazy Gang documentary?
No.
Bro, they had some mad tales. So I remember there's one in particular when John Fashanu, he had a problem with a player, and he tried to keep, because he was actually a very aggressive guy in that time. Like if you label hard man, he was a definition of a hard man.
He was a hard man where everyone was hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
You get it? A hard man where everybody is already hard.
You see him now. He's talking like a gentleman. Like he's like, yeah,
No, but you know what? Yeah, them man were slyly, to a degree. They carry themselves like outside to a degree quite decently.
Yeah.
Compared to, for instance, there's a lot of players now who you look at and think they're not on shit,
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden you're like, what's going on here? The fuck is all of this?
They give you a surprise.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So then you're almost like, wait a second, like, so this one that seems like the good kid or the whatever, and this is what you're on outside of the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, them man there, they were hard on the field, but there's a lot of gentlemen amongst those guys. Do you know what I mean? A lot of guys that, you know, that are respectful, you know, and on road, I guess, they're not like, you know, Jamie Carragher spitting at people on road and shit.
Yeah, for real.
Spitting at kids and all of that. Yeah, he's a done out here done.
Disgusting
But
behavior,
Scouser, innit?
Yeah.
Little Scouser.
Listen, I'm a United supporter, so that was Liverpool.
Yo, Clips, I know you heard that. I know you heard that.
Nah, but you see John Passion.
I know you heard that in the control room.
There's one
So you
story
can hear
in
that,
particular.
brother.
There's one story in particular I got in mind. It's like these guys that had this sort of issue, because you can imagine that Crazy Gang, they got their issues off the pitch, like training, tackles, you know what I'm saying? So there's one particular, he literally kept his calm until it just reached the edge. He said, you get in the room now. No one allowed in this room. No one step in this room. Okay. And only John Passion came out. Other guy was crumpled, dumpled on the floor, bro.
But that's the thing, yeah. Do you know, like, the easy way of me putting it is, now, yeah, when you see a guy like that, people will know their rights almost. Like it's like, you know, when you look at society and you say, the kids like this, or the kids that. You look at the kids and you're like, who's training these guys right now? You know, you're like, it's a bit mad. Like they're, you know, reactionary. They're very reaction-based kids. They're very like emotion-based kids. Like the personalities seem to be very touchy. So what tends to happen now is someone with a tough character, like even Roy Keane went for it when he was a manager. Times have changed. You try and do this, try and square up to guys will square back up to you.
Oh yeah, facts.
And the thing is, as much as Roy Keane's a hard geezer, some of these guys will knock you out, big man. Like some of these guys,
He's not invincible, but
Do you know what I mean?
Age is just a number.
Trust me, bro. There'll be some guys that will roll
age
up to
is
him.
just a number.
You get me? So like, it's just the time that we're in now, where everyone's a bit more sensitive. It's not about the result; it's more about how I feel about the process.
Yeah, exactly.
And those things there, like, you know, we were talking about it earlier on. Ronaldo, for instance, I think everyone's just a bit sensitive because everyone's benefiting off all the Man U fans currently are benefiting off the fact that these guys are trying to be a bit more proactive. They're visibly trying to be more proactive, more than ever, more than they ever showed, you know, for a long period of time. So it's like, but he came out and said, this and that. No, people are emotional. Everyone thinks with their emotions right now. So everyone's going to latch onto the part that doesn't matter. Maybe the tone. You know, someone hit us with that Andrew Tate. Someone was giving us the Andrew Tate example. Was it yourself, bro? Or was it you?
No, it was me.
Give it to the camera. They need to hear this one.
So what I'm trying to say is, people perceive Andrew Tate a certain way because of his delivery. It's the way he's come across. Don't get me wrong. There's certain things I don't agree with in regards to Andrew Tate, but when it comes to his business sense, this guy's 10-10, bro. Like his business acronym, and how he says, yo, listen, look, this is how you set up a business, this is how you manage it, this is how you get your brand and product across. I totally agree, bro. Because as men, you know what I mean, we can't be here working for next man forever. We've got to find our own little base, and we've got to produce and provide the service as well. You know what I mean? So big up Andrew Tate on that, but obviously certain of his stuff is a bit extreme. That's how I think anyway.
What's your extreme stuff?
So give us an example of what you think is extreme.
I'll give you an example. The way he will address certain issues with women, so he'll be like, what did he say? He said something mad once. He said, yeah, all she's good for is to be in the kitchen and cook, clean, and serve her man. I'm like, come on now, we're not in 1960. Like, obviously, you know what I'm saying, men and women are equal, but we play two different roles, innit? And the way he's put it is just, just put the woman in the kitchen. She's got no worth. If she's not in the kitchen, then what's the point of having her? Like, come on now. Like, we're in 20.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is there? Do you know what it? Do you know what it is there?
In the air, he's coming.
Hey, you're coming true.
You're what you're doing is, my opinion. This is just my opinion.
Hit me up.
What you're doing is you're just proving my point.
Good.
He has some points, and because he does back up a lot of those points. He doesn't always. But he does back up. Like, if you go back to the quotes where he's been quite savage about some of his male and female gender roles or whatever, he's always like come back and given examples of like, how is this going to work for you? And how is that going to work for you? Now, I've always been like, it is about being complementary in terms of men and women. You cannot be fucking equal. Because if you're fucking dead on equal, then why the fuck don't you piss standing up? Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you not using a urinal with me?
Bro,
like, no, that's just me getting techie.
We're equal to an extent whereby we play two different roles.
Exactly. So we complement each other.
100%.
That's the word.
But the problem is there's a new wave of sensitive people that feel like the whole concept of people complimenting each other. No. But now maybe the guy should be able to compliment in that way. And it's like, but the guy does not have the maternal instinct. Exactly. So we cannot go into those kind of direction. We can't start now going into these kind of, tight-knit gender role situations and talk about it in that light, because there's a lot more to it than just, men and women equal pay or blah, blah. There is the fact that women do carry the children.
Exactly.
So there is going to be a nurturing side. And really and truly, if a woman is nurturing a child, what you'd want to do, in my opinion, is be a man that can provide just for that moment, specifically 100%. at least when the kid needs the nurturing. There are roles to be played.
But that's part of the structure. Even if you go back into the day of the ancestors, and our ancestors will go out in terms of maybe less for food or whatever. They will go out and hunt, and then the woman will be there nurturing there was a certain role that's there. But now, because certain stuff has been put on, like, let me just say, for instance, feminism, like, I'll just keep it real at the end of the day. There's a lot of stuff that's been there to not play their position. There's always a rebelliousness.
Yes.
If your man wants to say, I should go and do this. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And people will say, you're being toxic. No, as a man, we have to lead. And the woman is the manager of the household.
Exactly.
It's not that, I'm going to be toxic and not listen to it. If my woman's talking sense, I'm gonna listen to sense. Do you know what I'm saying? But if it's nonsense, I'm not taking nonsense. You're going to be firm. You can't now, and this is the thing. Like, men don't think explosively with their emotions.
No, we definitely don't. We're very rational.
You know what I mean?
It's more of a
even if we do have some sort of frustration in a situation, we can still not just go to war straight. It's straight arms. Like,
100%.
But
and that's a logical, man. That's what you're saying.
No, but this is what I'm saying. But hear me out. What does single woman household contribute to society? And it's not about the women. It's just about the fact that the men are not present, for one reason or another. The problem is with the ideologies of feminism that men are not needed. What that then does is allow women to have the children and not care about the long-term impact. So the reality is now, when you've got a long-term impact of single mums, we've seen it. Most people that are in jail, most people that are in this situation, most people that are in that situation, most of them come from single mother homes. And that is because males are fucking cold, firm creatures. Like, if we want to deliver some cold discipline to a child and have to bite your tongue, like, oh, he's crying, bite your tongue, don't fucking say nothing. Men find that way easier to do for the sake of discipline than a woman would. Women are very nurturing, so when the kid is crying, it's like we need to find what the problem is, and we need to, you know, and that doesn't build a man with resilience. That builds a man that's always looking for the person to.
Yeah, 100. You know, a good point of what you said about that. They all think that discipline is being too harsh and that, but that discipline comes from love for your child.
Exactly.
But they don't understand that. Now, if I'm talking about the discipline that I got from my parents and that, you get what I'm trying to say? They gave me proper discipline. It taught me manners. It taught me morals. And yeah, if it seemed harsh to me at that time there, I thank them for that. If anything. Because it made me.
Because it made you be able to see it for yourself, bruh. Yeah. Like now you hear it. Now you go out and experience it. But there's some people that ain't hearing, and this is what I'm trying to say. When you've got a society that is basically that open to allowing bullshit, let's be honest, like pushing people to, because what it is ultimately it's like let me go into this criteria. Cool. If you said to someone, "Oh, yo, you're fat," yeah. That is offensive.
So then,
yeah, no, but that is offensive. Yeah. But if you said to man,
I'll come back with something else. You dickhead.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we come from different places where you can call me whatever you want. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I'll shoot so fast back. You'll be like, "Rah, yo, wait. Wait. How's the joke on me all of a sudden? I even finished my joke. You know what I mean? I even finished my joke yet. Like, how the fuck is this on me right now? But like, you know, if I said to you, okay, bro, listen, you need to focus on your weight because right now this, I'm going on articles and I'm reading people say, my parents think that they contributed too much to my weight. They're saying, that I'm bro, what the fuck do you mean? Your parents are worried about your weight. Talking about things like obesity and type 2 diabetes. Family, that is someone that gives a fuck. Why are we, why is that now even enough for people to be sensitive and all of this nonsense? You get what I'm saying?
See, I think it goes back to like what happened with what we were talking about earlier with Andrew Tate. If we just touch back on that, is that he says a lot of things that are actually genuinely impactful for men. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. To grow. And I think what society does is nitpick what they don't like, and then they blast that as, yo, this is his message. You know what I mean? And it's not that. I think people keep missing like what the actual main message is.
Like, if you keep getting little snippets, like if you keep getting little snippets of bullshit, at some point you're gonna be like, before you've even given it a chance, you're like, yo, this fucking bullshit, get out my fucking face, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I'm like when I'm constantly seeing. Sometimes I see some ads, and I'm just like, bro, like the more I see the ad, the more I hate the person overall. Like now, if it was Adidas, I'd be like, you know what, fuck it. Like, at this point, bro, I don't think I'm even gonna bust. I'm gonna go burn all my Adidas shit. You man are fucking getting on my nerves. Like, that's actually the energy that I get when I'm just like, do you see what I'm saying? But the reality is, bro, what it is, I like to cut past the bullshit. So I like to ignore the emotional shit. So when I'm having even a debate with someone, if they try to get emotional, I'm like, yo. What we need to do is try and keep that on this level first. Because if you don't keep that on this level, you're going to get, and then we're not even going to get to the bottom of the problem. We're going to, you then divert. You divert the problem.
Get your emotion down, get your logic up.
But what happens is,
get the logic up.
The emotion now becomes the trigger to react to any little or whatever. And it's not it's everywhere. It's everywhere. When I'm at the football pitch, I'm kicking ball, I'm telling man, yo, come do this. Guys are, I'm looking at a guy, okay, you're a left back playing right back. I'm standing on the line, just give me the ball short with your right foot. I understand it's a weak foot, but it is blatantly your only option right now.
Facts.
This guy cuts into where there is like 7 men, bro. Just cuts in there, bro. Tries to kick it. And they're just like, yeah, cheers, mate.
Runs into the wall.
And do you know what is, yeah?
7 men.
Do you know what is, yeah? I'm telling them, yo, big man, I'm down the line, yeah.
Just pass the ball.
Just fucking pass that ball down the line, big man. Yeah? Because you turned in and now we lost it. I don't like that. Just down the line, simple. Hey, no.
The emotion just came right out of him, man.
Delete that shit. because you need your head for the game. Delete that shit. You know? And that's what I'm saying with the Andrew Tate thing. If people are micro-dosing you with bullshit, half of the motherfuckers that have an opinion on Andrew Tate haven't even seen him talk for 5 minutes in one go. 5 minutes in a row.
You see, if Andrew Tate, he blew up too fast. That's what people don't understand.
He's been about
Been out for a while, man.
because you see,
Bro,
Andrew Tate,
You have to
he did
remember
boxing
that.
before.
while.
Yeah, he was doing kickboxing, but all that time he had crowds, bro.
Kickboxing, yeah, that's-
He's fighting in front of crowds. He just went from that to that. That's all it was.
I just think people didn't pay attention to him.
Exactly. That's what it is. Because all of a sudden,
Myself, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention to him. I saw some kickboxing like 1-2 years ago, but it was not something where I was fully invested. Yeah,
it's what
I think he had a good strategy because he was talking about how he managed to get blasted everywhere. He just had a lot of people that was helping him push the message out at the same time he was pushing out. So he had like loads of people pushing the message on different platforms. That's why like there was a point where he was at the highest searched on Google. It was mad, you know what I mean? Like, it was mad. It was crazy.
So this is what I'm saying. Like what it is yeah.
Name holds weight.
I think it's very simple, bro. When someone is impactful in a way that suits, and you know, I'm gonna put it straight. When people do things that suits a man, that I guess promotes the way the man, I guess, should be pushing himself. So he should be like, yes, he should be a manly man. He should be assertive where necessary, but also protective and caring where necessary. He should be this, he should be that.
So basically,
But what happens is,
one.
no. You're meant to be that. That's normal. That should be normal. But what I'm saying is, when they push that out, when they push that shit out, that's when you realize, wait a second. Like, every time someone pushes this message up, then we find out, oh, either he's done this or he's done that or he's died. Or he's done this, he's done that, or he's died. Like anyone, and that's not just with the masculine message. It's any message that tells a truth that doesn't apply to I guess, you know, call me a conspiracy theorist, but the motherfuckers that, you know, that own everything.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I hear you on that, man.
You know?
I don't even want to talk. You see, that's why you didn't say too much. You see that situation there? That's a techie situation. We want this podcast to be successful, so
Exactly.
you know, certain people in positions of power, you get it. Like,
But do you know what it is, bro? If I'm honest with you, the way I am anyway, bro, I'll talk about whatever. I've been like that. And to be fair, bro,
Fuck your feelings.
I'm not really impartial to anything. Like, you know, we talk about whatever, but at the same time, I do put it within respect. And I ain't got like no technical information to put out there that ain't anyone else able to find already. But what I do have is perspective. And what I see, is a society that's trying to put something in front of you that is blatantly not what it is and say this is what it is and you have to take it. And that's why I said anyone that pushes out a message sort of like, oh yo, bitch, just be a man. Because ultimately that is actually Andrew Tate's message.
100%.
Be a man. And what it is now he's putting out, this is how you should be to be a man. That's how you should be to be a man. And because to me, they don't seem like extremes. How does it seem like an extreme if you say that, you know, okay, look, a guy, how many women are you going to ask in a house fire to blah, blah, blah. At the Titanic, are we going to let the guys go? And then let the women, you know, guys and the children, then let the... Like, guys, we have to understand that man them get the fucking short end of the stick almost every angle.
1,000,000%.
Furthermore, being a black man makes it even difficult.
100%. Like,
But man generally get the difficult end of the stick. And do you know why we get the difficult end of the stick? Because they want to demoralize a brother. They want to make man feel like there's nothing you can do about it, so you give up. Because the reality is everyone that gives up helps their agenda. And everyone that keeps fucking fighting gets killed because they're getting too close to the fucking money.
100%.
But I'd rather get killed, get close to the money and get killed than live a fucking life where I feel like I'm not even fucking trying.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So ultimately, as I said, like when I look at it, I do think that Andrew Tate has more positive messages than negative. I think his problem is that he just makes sure that he addresses to a man. So that's the reason why when you look at the women stuff, it's like, they're always going to be difficult for a woman to listen to.
Yeah.
But if you hear the points, when you flip the story, I'll give you an example. Yeah, when we talk about equal, can a woman with a high body count be equal to a guy with a high body count?
Oh my! Can't compare it.
Listen. As I say, a man wants a woman without a past, and a woman wants a man with a future.
Okay. So the guy needs to know how to handle shit.
I can't compare it. I can't compare it.
Listen.
Okay, let me tell you why you can't compare it, innit? I'll tell you why you can't compare it. Because look, in that type of way, I'm not saying it, comparing it to tackle it, is that a woman is completely different. A woman has got not to be rude, vagina. It goes inserted in. Whereas a man is doing it as a perpetrator already. So in terms of receiving, do you get what I'm trying to? They shouldn't be receiving that much. Do you understand? Because our tool is used in a different way.
Exactly.
We're hunting. They're getting hunted. Like, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit toxic. If you might hate me, fuck it.
No. But this
You get me? Like,
that was the point. That was the point that Andrew taken.
they're the soil. We have the seed.
That is the point that he made. That is the point that he made. Yeah. Not just him. A few people made it. If a man, Shudo. If look, like they said it. Look, if a man beats 20 gal, yeah, we're gonna be like, yo, what's my man on?
Man's gonna rate that.
But let me tell you why we rate it. We don't rate it because
Not in that way, yeah. Like,
we don't rate it because you got to beat it. No, we rate it because we're like, yo,
What did you say?
you can just beat 20 gal just like that.
Yeah.
exactly.
Sing what you want, bro.
Like, how much? What's your bank balance say, my brother? Oh, I'm living a normal life. Oh,
And you beat 20 girls?
this nigga must have been anacondaing and getting fucking referrals or some shit. You know, there must be some mandingo shit and yo, pass my card on. Like, but for a dude, yeah, I don't think a girl looks at a guy, yeah, and like will look at him and be like, yeah, like, you get me? Oh, I want to get him like from the perspective of what he looks like.
No. You see women like other things. Don't get me wrong, looks is a big part, but you see women, yeah, it comes down to how does he make me feel? And then it might come down to what resources does he have as well.
Oh no. Let's not mind.
Yeah. What resources he has? Cool. Yeah. What resources he has? 'Cause
What
at the end of
boxes
the
can
day,
he tick right now?
Yeah, literally, because women have a criteria. If he's not meeting the resources, but he's good looking, maybe not. But if he's meeting the resources and he's dead, do you know what? I'll take this for a couple years. But if someone else comes by, offers me resources and is good looking, they're on to the next geezer.
Okay, so then this is what I'm saying, yeah. In a situation where, like, for a man, yeah, he can't just be him and look good.
No, definitely not. No. A man has to play a game or a position or some sort. There's no way.
Or not even, sometimes not even a position. Sometimes, like, a girl might just look at you, hear the way you talk, the way you are, and be like, yo, that's an alpha. Like, that's a man that has.
It's a man's man.
Yeah,
You get it? So, like, those are the things that they can look at. But they ain't gonna look at man and be like, look at his nose, man. Look at his eyes. Like, are you dumb, bro? Listen, I remember when girls used to be like, hey, your eyes are nice. I'm like, shut up, man. What are you talking about,
man,
bro?
Nigga,
I've got one lazy eye, bro. What are you talking about? Like, your eyes are nice. Like, don't fool me. Go for yourself.
The next man.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like they're not looking for these things, but if maybe sometimes in certain situations, and again, like, you know, because people always read it as a generalization. It's not. It's like beyond the generalization, like an attack, but it's just the generalization. Yeah, there's obviously going to be individuals that are completely not about that. But when we're talking about society, we're talking about a society that we're obviously around. Yeah, and the reality is, coming where we come from, where most of these people come from, you know, some of them have to look at you know, your financial situation, you know, and it's right for a woman to look at your financial situation.
Do you know why I agree with that?
Sometimes, but not just your financial situation, your drive. So what are you, like, because some people,
your ambition.
Some people, they just ain't got it yet. And some women are able to identify, yo, this is the one that's gonna get it. Let me stick by this guy. He's the real one. That can happen.
But that's very rare. Women to stick by
I
someone.
wouldn't say it's rare. I'll say it's a bit saturated. Like, you know, it's a bit saturated. Like if you're, like it's like basically sometimes you won't be able to tell which one's going to do it for that reason, for which one's not. So along the way, a guy would have fucked it up as well. Let's be honest. A guy would have been like, you know what, bro, he's saying like, I don't know, man. She's moving like this, bro. Like, and it's a big deal to a guy, because for a guy, bro, like. You can just keep it as a beat, exactly. You can just do it as a
very big thing for
you
a
don't
man.
care.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, for a guy, you're beyond, and your value is not anything to do with. Whereas, bro, some women can come out butt naked and they have already won.
Yeah,
because now you see it, you're like,
oh my God, titties ass.
you've already won. So, a man can't come out butt naked. You're gonna be like, yo, what is up with his geezer, bro?
It's gonna be like, yo.
He's crazy. He's crazy.
Just difference in what. That's why you just prove the point about it's not equal.
It's not.
You just prove the point, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not even equal just from our perspective, from a man and a woman's perspective, and what we expect from each other.
See, this is
disadvantages.
This is going back to like what Tate is basically saying again. Like, we're circling the block because this is what Tate is talking about. Like, you have to build, a man has to focus on building himself first before any of that. You know what I'm saying? So then when you start building up, then you attract the ones that you need to attract to get. So the ones you're stumbling over, like, you don't need to be watching that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I definitely feel like that message alone is going to help, like what we were just talking about earlier about the single parent yards, like men who don't have father figures, who don't have older brothers. They need people like the Tates, you know, like to give them that message and guidance. Exactly that. Where are they going to get it from? Because a woman ain't going to lead a man.
And then furthermore, everyone else is fucking pushing out bullshit messages. By the end of it, we ain't going to have no men. At all.
Yeah, I mean, have you realised, I think social media, let's be honest.
At all.
Let's be honest, we used to be some manly men back in the day. You used to do some stuff and you feel like, that's what men do. Now, throughout the years, all these shades, these I'm just bait. It's just, now I'm seeing a lot of men, I'm just thinking, when have we really been this pussy? I feel like, bro, I'm seeing some bitch-made niggas. I'm like, what the fuck is going on these days, bro? And I'm like, it's just, for me, bro, I'm seeing guys crying over. Bro, I went to an event the other day. I went to the event, innit? And one thing must have locked up a man. I know both of them, innit? Bruh, when I told you, the girl looked at me like this. Exactly, the girl right there. She's looking at me like this. While the guy's crying right in front of her. I'm like, brother.
The guy's crying.
The guy's crying in front of her.
Oh my, he got too attached.
Bro,
oh my
bro, I am like, yo.
What, the guy was crying? What,
the guy was
public,
crying,
everything?
and didn't even last 6 months, fam.
Oh, what? Who raised this man?
That's way too. That's way too short term.
Bro, I was
too short term to be water working.
And
oh wow!
I don't know the ins and outs in it, but I just can't go down like that.
Yeah, that's
man.
bad. Still, crying over a woman.
They got kids.
Your wife or something.
They got kids?
No. Oh no. Hey, that's a -5.
Oh, man.
-5.
He should be celebrating.
-5.
This is what I'm saying. I've hardly said anything in this whole episode because in these episodes I like to soak in that information everyone said, but I'm just thinking now. I'm thinking about more and thinking about, bro, we were big grown-ups in some bitch change generation. Like, we grew up to a real generation where we had to do certain criteria as a man to get up for a lifetime. Now everyone's like, don't treat him like that. Now, you might not, no, shut up, you need to learn. Then they got the guy to learn, you know what I'm saying? A man needs to learn to be a man. And so like, even hold on, one more thing. Like I know I might get a little bit of heat for this, but one thing I can't stand, I don't like when women go all this mother and the father. No, just be the mother, please. Don't do the mother and the father. I don't like that
because
stigma.
you can't be someone's mum and dad. Fam.
Yeah, I'm like
I mean,
I hear that
you know,
you've done your thing singly.
You can't be like and you know, pushing that message to us. Just flipping it, just flipping it,
bro. Like,
and then I kid growing up thinking, my mama was my daddy too.
I appreciate what she did to me, but stop this whole mother and I'm the dad. No, you're the mother. Be good, well done. You're doing your job. Just be the mother. You're doing great.
Just think, nowadays, I think, and I say this in the most calmest and respectful way, that women competing. They like to compete with men for some reason.
Facts.
I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all of them.
Almost.
But
Facts.
like, I want to do a manly thing. Women want to go out more and do like all this type of activities that men are doing as well. But then the man then want to do what gal are doing, like all these funny type of fashion people want to do some funny shit.
Bro, like fucking Mason Mount doing fucking TikTok dances, man. Doing TikTok dances while Chelsea's getting bopped at 10th place, man. Come off it, Mason.
But I realise he's going at the squad and they've been winning consistently now.
Ah, well, there you go.
They won again, yeah?
Yeah, they won again now, man. Mason Mount, the squad, they win.
But he's not playing.
Not been playing, bro. Unlucky.
That's what happens, bro. But listen, this is what I'm saying. I'm with you on that. As I said, you know, a lot of these movements are pushing out messages that make you feel like you can be out there and not need a man to do this or not need a. And the problem is, there's no actual. Who
built the houses or anything? Like, I'm not even trying to be funny.
Men died, bro. Like building a lot of shit in history, men have died, bro.
The World Cup.
Not to say women haven't done their part.
Don't men go to war?
But it's just like we do different things. Exactly. So
Maybe not.
why look for equality and why look for equality and some sort of like trying to be like the other gender? Why look for that when you can just try and complement each other?
Oh, yeah, said it.
Do you know what I mean? But go on, hit me up.
What I'm trying to say is, who goes to war? Aren't men in the front line? Aren't men dying in war?
Yeah,
and then they want inequality.
Have you realised that when we go to war, what are the men deployed as? Where the soldiers was women deployed as? You were the nurses. You were the. You know
Finally,
what
and let me tell you what I found funny. Yeah, like and you're Nigerian, so let me spit some game at you. Yeah, my mumsy was in Nigerian army. Yeah. And she wasn't on medic team. She was at war, fam. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What front lining?
Yes. And
I respect it.
She like, you know, my brother's always telling me she was always strapped up. Like, yeah, my older brother's like, oh yeah, she was used to walk around with two guns, and I was like, I'm looking at her like, yo, talking like she's on feet, like Laura Croft. Like, bro, calm down now. I'm like, calm down now. Like, but do you know what it is? Yeah. But then I've met like loads of older Nigerian man, yeah, that come to me like they like, you know those man that come to me and they know me, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? And then they mention my mum, and I'm just like, yo, yeah, I know about your mum, and she used to do this. I'm like, yo, what? Like, and it's mad, but. Despite that, my mom's knows how to be a woman. Yeah. To my dad, bruv.
100.
So despite her actually even engaging in masculine activities, engaging in aggressive and adrenaline and testosterone-filled activities, she still come back to her house and treat the man with respect as the man. And they work. Like, when there's like complexes and maybe someone feels like, oh, she's at war, whatever. Yeah, it could, whatever. And people might be like, oh yeah, you have to do it, cool, whatever. But if you know how to, despite knowing how to handle yourself, if you know how to handle a man, it's pattern, bro. And people don't even know that, bro. People don't know that. And that's the problem. Because what it is here now, women are focusing so much on themselves. But we're neglecting. I
want to live my life, not our life.
Kids. Yeah. We're gonna neglect the kids. Yeah, because the men are going out and whatever, and putting in mad work. And if the woman wants to go out and be doing way more than whatever, then let's just be honest. We're gonna leave the kids with some childminders these days. We're gonna be doing this, bro. We're not gonna raise the kids. Then the school's gonna raise the kids, and you know what the school's doing? You know what I mean? School's letting all sorts of bullshit happen.
They're sending them to jail.
All sorts of they're sending them to jail and also sending them to clinics. Sending them to clinics.
And you know what it is?
Recommending certain certain medications.
You see, this goes back to what you said as well, because you see, trust. Because there's a lot of people that will say, oh yeah, you people are just against women, but you just made a perfect example of how your mother could be in a Nigerian army, masculine, but then at the same time nurture her kids and be
a woman.
Exactly.
And the funny thing is, she still had like a very firm side, very firm side for when raising the kids also, but can be a woman to a man. If you can't be a woman to your man, your man ain't even gonna be able to be him. Yeah, and if you can't be him, it's gonna be bullshit. It's gonna it's either gonna be bullshit, or it's just not gonna work.
100%.
You know, and when you have situations where people don't realize, yo, look, if we start listening to outside influence and not actually isolate your own situation and know where you are at in your situation.
Exactly.
But do you know what? But again, everything has their own agendas. Everything has laws that came in that supported and benefits that come in to support people in certain situations. Loads of things that contributed. But one of the biggest contributors is the fact that now everyone can just pick up your phone and see a life that doesn't even really exist, painted to you and make it depress you.
100%. 100%.
Social media, Instagram, it's a madness. Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
In itself, bro.
So if you're depressed now, what you gonna? What you? Especially if you're younger, what are you gonna do now? Engage in criminal activity to try and get what you want. Niggas out here popping rollies. What's the point of popping a rollie that's got serial codes? Do you know what I mean?
Also, that's what I was gonna say. What do you think is the best age to introduce, not introduce, but to get? Now you allow your kid to jump on Instagram or TikTok, or what's the best age?
18.
I'd say 17.
17.
18. Because social media right now is corrupting the youth of today. The reason being is
Now the internet is looking crazy.
I'll even debate 21.
Do you know what it is? You see the lifestyles that we're seeing on Instagram isn't real life, and people are buying into it. And you see the lifestyle we're seeing on Instagram, unfortunately it's not real life, innit? And the saddest thing is, the youths of today are buying into it. So they're thinking age 16, age 17, I need to have a car, or I need to be going in a jet, or by age 21 I need to be flying first class, going to the Bahamas. These times it's like £4,000 or £5,000. A lot of people are losing themselves.
And you know what it is? This is fucking up everything here, because it's not showing people's highs and lows, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
Man would be, bro, if man's on my Insta, you check my Insta, check it out, Raidz_solo. Solo. You'll see, bro, I'll do raw freestyles. If I can do a video, I'll do a video. But at the same time, I speak about, bro, man might be low to get me out of a certain situation, but then at the same time, might be able to take a flight and enjoy and that. It's basically, I'm just trying to show that life is full of highs and lows, innit? Fuck it. But it's about pushing, innit? Do you get me? We all as men get in a depressed state, but it's about bro, you're just gonna give up. We don't even have an option to give up. Right. There's no value.
The reality, as a man,
you can't give up.
But women,
you can actually be saved. But as a man, you can't be saved, bro.
Do you know so mad? Yeah, you could go into a Mackie D's or go into a Tesco's or Asda, see a thing that's stacking the shelves or on the till, and you think, yo, she looking bad.
What you doing working there, B?
Let me change your life, boom, bro. If a man is doing that, woman's not gonna be looking at man, bro.
Exactly.
They're gonna be laughing at him. He looks good, but my man works in Tesco's. Nah, I can't even have him around me.
Let me tell you. He was rocking that. He was rocking that blue uniform, man.
Let me tell you something.
We can't fuck with that.
Let me tell you something different about men and women. Yeah, even the analogy. I go to a new there's a McDonald's in Newry Park here, and then they own. It's 24 hours, but obviously for driver, innit? Nah, they only let certain people sleep in there, innit? So basically, so if sometimes when I'm out in the night out, I'll go in there to go to whatever, innit? Bruv, why is only a couple women allowed to sleep in there? As soon as there's a man, it's time to get out, bro. It's to get him to get out, bro.
That's a mad thing.
But that's because women, of course, they are the ones that are going to need that kind of protection. Late night.
There's some bad men out there.
You've got some bad man out there.
Yeah, there's some bad man out there, bro. Do some unthinkable things, and I fully hear that.
And understandably so.
Yeah.
But the problem is, everybody wants to take the good without the bad, and then call out the bad without the good. So it's like, I can say this works for us, this doesn't work for us. Yeah. But as long as I can just see my bad in it, the bad that doesn't work for me in it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and this is the reason why, this is what I'm saying, that ultimately, everyone needs to isolate situations to themselves. You can't look at social media, reading quotes. You know them quote pages, I think they're the most toxic, bro. The quote pages are.
Women do this as well. They always like to call out the what is it called again? The anomaly of it, the anomaly. Sorry.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like they would you give an example and they'd be like, oh no, it's not like that because my friend is doing this and it's like
Your friend is one person.
One person. One person.
Billions of people.
Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what people do this a lot on social media. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That people just do that a lot on social media, and they try to call out the one thing and say, oh no, it's not like that because it's like this over here, and it's like no, like. What about the other places in the world that relate to this? How about that then? You know what I mean? You can't bring up a case for one and say it debunks it. You know what I mean? We're talking about general.
And you know what? Yeah. With that being said, we can even go back to when we're talking about sport. Everyone now, we've got the technology to get the best out of people and blah blah blah. So everyone now, they want to be like, oh, I want to be the best this, the best that, blah blah. But nobody has individuality, like personality. So, in other words, just like the social media, everyone's looking at someone, and now I want to be like this guy. I'm a bit different.
Instead of being yourself.
I nitpick. I look at this, I'm like, there's like out of these 5, the 4 of those don't work, but that one works. So let me expand on that. Learn a bit more about just that. Like you said, for instance, with Andrew Tate, you don't agree with everything he says, but you're still able to like be like, oh, yeah, but that piece there, that's a gem right there. Like the inability to do that is what causes a lot of people to have the closed mind. And the closed mind is what causes people to just think, oh yeah, well, his life looks amazing on screen. So, you know, whatever. But there's one thing that I've always said, yeah, speak to any self-made millionaire. So not someone that was born into money, but any self-made millionaire, ask them how low they went. They went down there. Yeah, if we want to push it and if we want to keep it a buck, we can even go back to Andrew Tate and talk about how him and his brother constantly talk about how them man used to go find KFC buckets, people that didn't fucking finish their food, bro, and then pick that shit up, bro.
They were really in the struggle.
But you can fucking talk about that when you're on the other end of it. You know what I mean? It's easier to talk about when you're on the other end of it. Do you know what I mean? But the reality is, no one's gonna show that they went through that. That's why they're inspiring people. Because a lot of people are like, what these man that are like, you can't even catch them. Even when he's wearing trackies, he looks like he can walk into a business conference. You know them ones like guys are coming in, he's in a trackie in a plain white tee, and you look at him, you know he can go and chat to serious millionaires, maybe billionaires. Yeah, someone could carry themselves that way, and he come out and said to you, yo, once upon a time, we used to scrap for this. We were trying to fight. We needed protein to gain weight. We didn't have bees to do what we needed to do, but we had to make something happen. You know, and the lack of that message is what's going to push out a lot of people that go through shit, don't see it through, don't commit to it, don't even see it as an option sometimes. They might just be like, oh, nah, you know. But the reality is, every rich person that has been self-made, even when you look at, like, I followed Skepta's story, every track that he makes, bro, or every album that he makes, you can see the progress. But he made one album, that I think it was Konnichiwa, and that's when he was talking about
the transition.
That was when he spoke about he spent a year and a half or something like that where he stopped shotting. Yeah. So he didn't make no fucking road money. But same way, he wasn't making music money for that period of time as well.
He just had a burning desire, innit? That's what it was.
You see it? And as much as you say burning desire, bro, you have to remember that he would have done things and been in places that he might have been ashamed of even.
Because he just didn't have it at that time.
Do you know what I mean? He might have been like, you know, you might have had to ask Mumsy for this or whatever. And he's like, yo, I'm a big man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He would have been in places. And that's why I say, like, when the message is out there is like, it's you know, young 17-year-old, blah, blah. You know, you're looking at one individual and he's made a record and he's blown and you think he's shit and you think you're better. So that, and you know, they just push, they almost force they force our direction. Yeah, and then eventually, ultimately, what do you look at when you start getting really desperate? You start looking at, especially where we come from, crime. So that's why there's a correlation between the music and the crime. There's a correlation between what we watch in crime and where we grow up in crime and whether we have one parent or two parents in crime. And even when they done statistics, even having just a dad statistically worked out better for a lot of single parent households because some of those kids grew up with discipline, man or woman. Now, having a woman with discipline is even fucking crazy. That's even crazier. You need to understand that. Like I'm building my daughter to be disciplined, bro. Yeah. In other words, you need to put yourself in a position where the easy stuff don't phase you. Like you look at it, nah, bro. Like you do your thing and enjoy. I'm doing my thing. You know, because no one ever come up off the back of following blueprints that didn't work.
True.
And you don't know if the guy that's putting out whatever he's putting out on Instagram is the stuff that's working or the stuff that's not working. You're just seeing a good side. You don't know if he fucking borrowed that fucking 10 grand loan and now he's living lavish. You don't know that.
Yeah. There was a guy that went viral the other day. Basically, this guy was stunting with Lamborghinis, Rolexes. I don't know, some mixed race shoes.
Mixed race on TikTok.
Yeah. He basically went on Instagram now and he said, listen, guys, I've been living off road. Yes. I've been living off road. This car is a rental. You see these watches ain't even mine. I'm borrowing my friend's watches. They're not even my friend. They're just people I know. I'm trying to promote their brand. And then he said, even this penthouse I'm staying in, it's all a facade. Listen, look, I'm gonna jump off social media. I tried to sell you a little dream. I'm not that guy.
No, but
I'm sorry, innit? Man tried to say he was that guy and he's not that guy. He was selling people the dream. He's a bad guy.
Once again, the fact
He's a bad guy.
this generation.
I respect the honesty.
I respect.
I knew it was a finesse, but I was waiting for the day for it to come out.
Go on.
Like the fact still remains. Like I said, this generation breeds some bitch niggas.
No, but actually, he's less of a bitch nigga than half of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, he took accountability. He took accountability.
Do you understand that accountability, in my opinion, is actually the hardest discipline to find?
So how long did he have his TikTok?
So basically, he was doing the social media thing for the last 3 years. It's only recently
3
now.
years.
He's like, yo, I can't live like this no more. I'm not making enough peas. I'm gonna tell the truth, blood.
How many followers he's got as well?
I'm not gonna lie, he's a walking brand still. He's a walking brand. Do you know what this guy is?
He's in the millions.
Nah, he's not in the million. You know this guy? He's got game in it. A lot of youths now. No, a lot of youths now don't know how to chat to women. So what this guy does, he'll go on lives, he'll chat to gal, and the way he talks to them is brazen. Like he'll be like, yo, listen, look, I'm gonna get straight to the point, innit? You give me your number now, and we do something later. More time is just, and obviously some of the women are taken aback and they'll either fall for the thing or they'll be like, oh yo, this guy's not serious. But more time, he gets mad success rate online. So what he's done with that, he's boosted himself and he's gone to all different places and he's basically said, yo, I'm this guy, I'm doing this. And then obviously when they're seeing gal around him and that, he's got the social proof in it. But these times he's not that guy. These times it's all rentals, the car, the watches are his bedrooms, the yard's not even his. My man's getting back to his mum's council flat, bro.
What happened to the man them? Because in my day, bro, and you know, I might have even been one of them, bro. I could have gone somewhere with 10 quid, cuz.
Yeah.
And are you dumb?
Had a good time.
Man is actually, man will buck the thing that I went for. Not some next number 2 option, no. Man bucked the thing that I went for. A man, we went and done our thing, bro. And like, if you're looking for a nigga with money, sorry B, I can't even do you that. And you know what? Yeah, more times B is like, but still, you know, you make me feel a certain kind of
yeah. Brother, you know, you're old school general.
Brother, you don't need to have money. You don't need to be flexing and doing all this. And in fact, actually, bro, I'm gonna be real, the kind of women that you need to flex for are the women that will give you the kind of stress that you do not need in your life. You don't need it. Yeah, because everyone knows flexing means spending money. Yeah, and we're in a society where you should only be spending money on investment.
I tell him again. I beg you, tell him again.
You need to be spending money in investment.
That's right.
You know, bro. You know, you can start small like gold and crypto, or you can go big and really go into some assets, own some
property
shit.
Thing or something.
But you can't be spending it. If you want a woman that's legit on the wave that you want to be on the wave that you need to be on, then predominantly the first thing you got to think about is how does she see your money? How does she see the way you move with your money? If she's seeing you and she's like, yeah, which means that she thinks that she can get something whenever she wants something. The problem with that now is that then that means that when I tell her, yo, man's put investment into this. They're broke for like 2-3 months. We can't be spending like that. It means keep it simple. Yeah, we're not broke like you're that broke, but we're broke like we can't be reckless.
Now, innit? Yeah, we're taking some time out.
If you got a woman that can't handle that, bro, then fuck it, bro. That's dead. That's dead because most people that make money have to spend money. And if you make money, sometimes you're going to spend money and your investment might fuck up. Then what? What? You get me? And there's that Gabrielle Union shit with 50 Cent was talking about it on a podcast.
Oh, well, what's
he was
going
like,
on there?
he was like Gabrielle Union, bro. That's whole mentality where she had, you know, she started earning more than her man.
And then what? She ducked out her man?
No, and then she cheated on him.
Oh wow.
She's like, oh yeah, I cheated on him because I'm earning more. I feel like I was wearing a trousers.
Is that what she said?
She's a fucking slag, bro.
Oh wow. Yeah. Hey, listen, hey brother, call it a day, bro. Hey, call it a day, bro. Go find another girl, blood. Oh my day.
Bro, how could you say that now that you're earning a bit more, now that you're earning more than your man, now that you're earning more than your man, so that means that, don't you understand? That means that we are not allowed to have even a fucking stint, a low point. We're not allowed, bro.
Bro, see what it is? I've clocked, yeah. Sorry to say, yeah. You see how down a man feels or whatever. You don't care. If it's a woman, boom, no problem. So it's like, all right, cool. She's at this point there where she can have peace. Oh, go on.
No.
So she's at this point now, okay, where she's had. So where's the morals gone? There's no honor with these. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna go for this person now. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Bro,
but when that guy fucks them up, they're gonna act like the victim.
Bro, at the end of the day, yeah, no matter how broken man is or how rich a man is, at the end of the day, when I'm coming home, I want the big piece of chicken. I want my big piece of chicken. And now, you know, what's happening? The women want the big piece of chicken. What's going on here, bro? I want my big piece of chicken, bro. No matter how, I've seen my family.
She gonna leave you with that. She gonna leave you with that wing piece.
I've got.
You know,
Look,
just the one part, not the whole wing.
I've got uncle, yeah. I've got uncle, yeah, who I ain't gonna lie, my auntie is making more than him, innit? But at the end of the day, she makes him do the man stuff, innit? You pay the bills, do all that shit, and you know what? He comes home with the big piece of pepper pot in it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how the man should be, bro. All I want, I don't care if I'm working a dustbin man. I want to come home to my big piece of chicken or a big piece of pepper on the table.
No, but bro, listen.
But now the women want to eat the table. They want to look at you like, are you go for your big piece of like, where you going? I'm like, what you mean? Did you pay for this? Huh?
Yeah, but you know what it is, bro. Yeah? But air what, yeah. If your girl got with you as a bin man, I don't care what position he found himself in, you have to respect that. If you came to my man, like obviously if he's super ambitious, for instance, you thought you had a real ambitious man, a man that's pushing, and then like he chose to be a bin man, that's a different story. But if you came in here and you were happy with the bin man, don't let some, you know, shiny-eyed geezer with a heavy fucking wallet.
You know much big man about that?
Because what people don't understand, wait, do you know what people don't understand already about people with big wallet? Is that big wallet gets you out of a lot of trouble.
Get bored quick.
So no, not even bored. Forget about boredom. Put it this way. Every man has some sort of polygamous energy around him.
Oh yeah.
Every man has it. Whether you choose to,
it's in our DNA.
Pursue it.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of polygamy just embedded within our systems. If we've got money, that means we know that we can pattern it up.
You've got options, isn't it? Money brings options.
Yeah, look, I do believe it. I believe that, if you got money to have 2 wives, then you can have 2 wives.
You can have up to 4 if you got money.
If you got money, no, but bro, the reason, but
if you ain't got money, don't be trying to get 4 wives.
But you know, the reason why I'm saying that is because you do know that as well. There is a small percentage of those men that every guy want.
Yeah.
So they're not actually. But so actually, if you do the test, if you do mathematics, and you find out that it's under 1% of men that even match half of these girls' dream categories. Now, if you've got only under 1% of men that meets that means that girls, are you not ready to share some of these niggas?
Yeah, women will be willing to share a man. If a man's successful, a woman will share a man. It's only
because
if a man is cool. But it's only if a man isn't successful and he's faithful, then they're like, yo, I can't share this man. But if think of it like this, if a man's earning $250,000 a week, he's in a good position, nice house, cool. If a man
Bro,
says,
even a quarter of a million
a week, fam.
Bro, even a quarter of a million every 6 months to a year,
Yeah, she'll share the man.
Puts you in a bracket that takes you away from a lot of average man.
Facts.
So just the fact that you can get taken out of that bracket of what an average man is gonna earn.
This is why
you
men
need to
and women
understand.
are not equal, bro.
Yeah,
That's
we're
exactly
not.
why men and women are not equal.
You need to understand that there are gonna be men.
That's exactly why.
Yeah, there's gonna be men that can. There's gonna be men that can afford to have 4 women.
Yeah.
Now,
Comes at a cost, though.
but this is the thing though. That's the reason why I always worry about. I guess what a woman's really truly looking for in a guy, because you can find a woman when you're humble and you can become rich, and she can probably still end up feeling the same way she felt or feeling a certain way about you maybe going broke for a moment, even though you've put her in a situation that she couldn't even have imagined she would be in. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you can be in that kind of situation, you actually have to think about the fact that actually me first. As a man, me first.
Yeah,
I put
always
myself
have
in this
to.
position.
Yeah, put
I've done
yourself
this,
first.
I've done that for myself, boom. Because first of all, then we have no value. If we can't show that we do this, do that, if we can't show some sort of social status, financial status, or even just fucking being a fucking real fucking man, like the kind of nigga that can fucking, fix your door and do your wall and do your roof and, pattern up whatever we need to pattern. If you can't be one of these guys, yeah, you're basically at a disadvantage. So not only a disadvantage in society, but a disadvantage with when women are looking for guys. Hence my point about a woman that beats off 20 man and a guy that beats off 20 gal. The guy that beats off 20 gal was able to let 20 girls know that he is actually potentially a suitor for being a serious candidate. Whereas on the other note, we are not looking at her bank balance. We're not looking at the way we look at the way she dresses, that might make us more horny. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna make us be like more, okay, now we need more money. Or whatever. Like, nah, bro. No one looks at a woman and thinks, oh, yo, the bag is crazy. Let me
definitely
let me step up my game. No. We look at a girl.
It's about her feminine, it's about her aura.
We look at a girl like, bear man want her.
How does she mean?
Let me try and be that guy. You don't go in there to now be number 2 because you can't do anything long term.
Yeah, for real, man.
You can't do anything long term with
A
you.
waste of time.
But that's the problem. There's a lot of women that put man on number 2. Like, just maybe just in case they don't work out and whatever. When you put a guy on number 2, try come back to him. He ain't the same guy that you have. He's not the same guy. He's not going to give you the same commitment. He's not going to give you the same energy after you've made him number 2. Because he made you number 1. And the problem is, he puts in work for him to be able to be an attraction to a woman. He has to put in work. Whereas she just looks nice. So it's like, wait, you just gave some random geezer, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and then you're gonna come back to me. Come on. So a lot of the time, you have to think about you. Because when you don't think about you, long story short, you're still not thinking about your woman, neither. Because that woman ain't even gonna be interested in your fucking bullshit if she thinks, this guy ain't even gonna be patterned in about half a year, bruv. Some girls will stick around for that 6 bags that you have in your account, bro. When that's done, it's like
you're gone.
They're not like, you see how they say it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Even for men during that marathon, women are not like with you. You know what I'm saying? They're waiting at the finishing line. You know what I'm saying? That's where they're at, fam. That's where they're at. Let's get to that.
they're waiting at the finish line.
Let's get to that.
We want results. We don't care about the process. I don't care about the process.
And let me just put it, sorry guys, let me just quickly put it out there for everyone that's watching yet. We are not even angry at that.
No.
You see what it is?
We're not mad at that.
We love, you know why? You know why? Because we love the pain.
Yes.
The pain makes man stronger.
And when we come out of it, we're like feeling like warriors. You know, and that's the same reason, you know, why women be like, why do guys like boxing or MMA, man? It's so
But you love it at the same time.
but exactly, because what it is they can't comprehend putting themselves through that physical pain.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why when I see a woman, that's why when I see women fighters, I rate their thing like all the way up here, fam. Yeah, and then let me tell you what I rate even more. Yeah, and I've met loads of them. A woman fighter that is a savage in the ring, and she's actually a fucking real lady out. Like, bro, my ceiling is way too short for me to show you how high I put that, bro. Because she actually understands actually part of that process. So she would actually, that is a woman that can build guaranteed with another man. Whereas if you got a woman that, look, oh, why does he do this? Or why does he do that? And she's moaning when he's training, and she's moaning when she's moaning when he's in the studio, or he's moaning when he's doing this, or he's moaning when he's doing that graft. Yeah, it means
need
you don't understand the grind.
Yeah, they don't.
And that's actually the reason why they say before you get successful, actually there's a period of abstinence, there's a period of not dealing with women. Yeah. But it's not necessarily that. That's the general perspective. You can also be lucky, and you can be lucky and actually have a woman that's like that, like a fighting woman.
They call that period, like you said, abstinence, monk mode.
Monk mode.
Okay.
When the guy goes like on a grind, like, and it could be for a duration of time, like maybe you want to do it for 3 months, 6 months, or a year. They go through that time, and that's your journey. That's your journey where, preferably, you know what I mean, you get a gym, lock in, and you know what I mean, you get to work. You know what I'm saying? You hone in with what you need to do in your journey. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get to that finishing line, bro, that's when you see you're gonna reap the rewards, innit, of your labor, innit? So, yeah, man.
You know what you guys just said something about, like what you guys saying about just even what you said about journey, and then you were just saying that the woman will be complaining, and that big up the woman that uplift the man that's got the vision.
Exactly.
In the darkest moments, but
exactly,
they can see the potential. You see, even me, if I see like even like, okay, I've just met you man today, but the way that you man are talking and the potential and the uplifting, it's gonna motivate. We need to inspire each other more, even as men. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because I think it's like all this hating stuff is all sensitivity bullshit.
Exactly.
Hate comes from love at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But if I see a man that's motivated and he's doing like way better than me or whatever, I don't even care, because that's inspiring me to get. I need to take accountability. I need to boss up. Stop. Don't be a bitch.
Exactly.
And just take it in.
Iron sharpens iron.
Exactly.
Because they go for a struggle. Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. When you fight, like some of them fighting girls, but like niggas, like, I know, you know, if y'all trip out, yeah, don't get one of those girls, man. They'll wrap you up, bro. Like, especially the BJJ girls, you know, don't do it. Don't do it. But like honestly, like, in terms of mentality, yeah. Yeah, like
that guillotine.
With mentality, if you've got a woman that understands something like that, even a team sport, someone that goes through a grind of some sort, yeah, and that's why I always say, like, it's like hit and miss. You could have like a woman that gets too sucked into the individuality of doing these things.
Okay, what do you mean
exactly? So some people get sucked into being they use it more for empowering. So they're talking about, oh, yo, like, you know, I'm doing it because I don't need a guy or something like that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, but obviously when you got someone that's actually just, you know, someone that's genuinely interested in something, and she does it, or a woman that works, you know, but at the same time she does want to have a family, so she's she's willing to like make certain changes in her life, you know, as should men. Just as make certain changes. Do you know what I mean?
And even you see that mindset is so like counteractive, because you're supposed to be a team player. We're a team now, and if you're thinking for self, even when we are together, you're still thinking for self. So that mindset has to shift.
But
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends. That's why it depends on the person.
Yeah, exactly.
If that, like, again, like, that's not common. I don't think that's common. I don't think that's something that we see all the time. But it is. But it is definitely there. I've met some people that I think, yeah, you get me. So no, like, you know, it's just a strong. You know, whenever we stab in these kind of debates, bro, it's always strong. Like, but I think what we need to do is like get a couple girls in here and start like
you get a female perspective.
You know what I mean?
Female perspective.
But I do think that, like, honestly, all in all, like, because I look from both angles, yeah. And when I'm looking from a woman's angle, I respect that there's a lot of things that they have gone through, but I also do acknowledge, I do believe that sometimes there's certain energies that they like, which are filled with toxic. You know,
star signs,
and it's very difficult for you.
Star signs, I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Why do women do that? Oh, you're Virgo, so you're good. You did it. Just shut up about that, man.
Nah, but when I say
fuck off,
I wasn't talking star signs, but yeah, I wasn't talking star signs.
When you said that, I was just like, yeah, star signs. I just have toxic star signs.
No,
I hate it. I hate it. I hate your passion.
When it comes to being toxic, yeah, I feel like when a woman does have a guy that they're very, very, very interested in, they are still willing to put themselves through a lot of hell. And obviously that comes down to maybe the emotional thinking, you know, and, you know, maybe the geezer has, you know, he has a life, you know, that he's able to, like, you know, maybe make you forget about it every now and then, you know, let's go on. Yeah. So, you know, sometimes I feel like people, they spot the signs. That's basically what I'm saying. And I do feel like it's very common when you spot a sign in a relationship setting or a man to woman setting that you tend to disregard the blatant signs that are available for you to know. Do you know? So that's why I say, all in all, I do hope that, like, people are able to start thinking for themselves, start recognizing things and stabbing at it, stop looking at things like social media and fucking using it as like some sort of gospel word. Justin LA Boy post, like, if you go on his post, yeah, like literally, even what's his name? Biggs Burke.
Shade Borough is not BBC News.
Some of his shit is good, but some of his shit will get you, like, you know, sitting there in front of the mirror like, yo, you know what? Yeah, fuck this hoe. Like, yo, don't fucking take every single bit of, like, you need to have your individuality, and you ain't gonna have individuality. You get me? Like, well, going back to the beginning, like you said, bro, with Andrew Tate, you picked what you thought was you know, from your set of morals, and that's exactly what people are supposed to do. Not everybody talks, and it's a problem. We need to lock it off and blah blah blah. Just everyone has to find that ground.
Trust me. But with time, I think Andrew Tate is he'll probably end up busting his case at some point.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I think he might ease up as well.
They're gonna teach him a lesson, let him go, and then that's it.
He'll ease up.
Yeah. He's got too much influence. What's gonna happen is they basically will knock his ego down a bit. When he comes out, they're gonna say, listen, look, stop doing what you're doing and just go find an avenue, different avenue.
I reckon he'll carry on. He's a bit of a savage.
Yeah,
Probably definitely carry on.
Yeah.
Not gonna tell me to stop doing what I'm doing. It's just make me the money I'm doing.
They might try to mute him on different social medias now, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's actually
banned from a lot of.
Oh, is he banned?
And I feel like even recently now, I think he's doing quite bad actually. Like,
what people are not trying to fall.
Yeah, because something about a telephone conversation between him and someone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the full story of it, but there's like something to do with a telephone conversation, and I think he's kind of slipped up in the phone call. And they're trying to run with it. So it's one of
there you go, bro.
He had a smooth run when it was lasted, didn't it?
Listen, as soon as it lines up, yeah, you in trouble, man. Kaboom. But guys, yo, listen, that was
fire.
WYTMP. It was slightly a baller's corner mixed with the actual.
There was no baller,
you know. So yeah, well, it wasn't too much.
There was no ball. It was just basically
started with ball.
Different conversation.
Started with ball.
Start.
Chopping them. Obviously, I got my brother Kingkaya.
So yeah, Kingkaya Media. Follow me. That's KINGKAYAA.
That shit's gonna pop up on the screen.
Kingkaya Media.
Amen.
Follow that.
But a Raidz Solo.
Yeah, we got Raidz Solo. Like I said, check my music out as well and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, man, thanks for having us as well today, bro.
I appreciate you for coming.
Respect,
yeah,
come on, my brother. Respect, bro. Man, them.
Yo, follow my thing, Better Rap Wax, aka Mr. Tokyo Talk, aka Wax and Millie, aka you better leave me the fucking big piece of chicken when I get home, yeah? There we go, bro. Yo, tell me what.
Yes, follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Prvcy. That's PRVCY Music. Follow me there, subscribe, and follow me on TikTok as well. That's Prvcy A13. Prvcy A13.
Yeah, same way spelled PRV.
Yeah, same way spelled PRVCY A13.
And yo, it's one Delts. What You Telling Me episode 20. And we out, baby.
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Why you telling me? What you telling me though?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
What you telling me?
Yo, it's one Delts. What you telling me, fam?